Everybody, thanks for watching. Just a quick reminder, there's still time to actually get in on the membership deal. We have almost everybody input into the system. As I said, it would take a while to get over 700 plus people into the system, but really being realistic, Monday will be the last day for you to sneak in the back door and get in and get all the benefits for the membership deal for Merkabah Academy. So Monday will definitely be the last time you can get in there. We have to get all the new people in and basically, kind of close it out so we can get moving on the program. But definitely still open. The link should work. Anybody having a problem with the link, shoot me an email. But Monday will definitely be the last day you can get into it. And as well, a lot of people asked about flash drives, the sale. It's back on sale again, so definitely check it out. It's going to be on sale at least until next week. So if you want just a regular flash drive, it's on sale right now. You can grab those as well as everything else. So, want to get into this video. And of course, we had the Oscars come and go. I didn't want to really touch on this subject. A lot of people are still talking about what happened at the Oscars. And for the most part, I let people, just talk. Let people, vent and get out how they feel about certain things. And a lot of people don't understand what's taking place, esoterically in Hollywood and what a lot of the symbolism mean behind what's going on. And, a lot of people are upset, the whole demasculation or the apparent demasculation of black men in Hollywood. And we see it a lot. So, the guy in the tuxedo dress thing really threw people, off the rocker. A lot of people still talking about this whole thing. A lot of people adding, a lot more stuff to it and not really grasping what that's all about. So, esoterically speaking, you should understand, what this means. A lot of people just not going to pick up on it. And if you're one of the people that watch my videos, then you get it. You should get it by now. And we got to realize, one, as a society, this is something that, we've been raised to basically deal with. We've been raised up to basically, look at gays and look at people who are not normal as, being something wrong with that whole thing. And then we as black people got to understand this is the exact same way they felt about us. So a lot of stuff was put out there, during slavery, post-slavery, pre-slavery, about what black people really were. We were some type of monkey or animal. We was less than human. And you got to understand how energy is created by people, with this knowledge, with the influence. So when you teach people hate or you teach people something, it creates an energy, and that energy is passed from person to person. So during that time, during slavery, these people had this whole energy of hate and fear for black people. And it passed to where they look at us, with a sick face, as if we was the most disgusting, vile beings on the face of the earth, as if we didn't belong, as if we was an abomination. This is how they looked on us. And this is how a lot of people are looking at, gays and lesbians today, with this sick feeling, this understanding that has been, taught to us. We always talk about how racism is taught. Kids are not born racist. They play to get along just well. And it's the same thing with this. We got to go back and look at how a lot of children were growing up and how society changes you from being just this free-thinking child into what it wants you to be. And we're going to touch on that in a second, but, you follow my videos, if you watch what I talk about as far as energy and consciousness and understanding the dualistic nature that we really are, truly masculine and feminine energy, then something like this shouldn't offend you. It should be something that you understand and grasp the concept of it. Because one, what they want to get you to do is to look at your true self, your true energy, in disgust. And if you do that, how could you ever become one with your feminine side as a man or your masculine side as a woman? You won't be able to do that if you're looking upon gays and lesbians as something sick or an abomination. It's something you should look at and understand what it truly is and what it's displaying. Now, a lot of people are homophobic. I used to be. I used to, I get sick. It's something I couldn't stand watching. And, I don't particularly, care much seeing it today, but I understand it. And having an understanding changes your emotions. And, once you have understanding about something, you can kind of deal with anything. So once I had the understanding, I was able to really, put those emotions and feelings to the side with understanding. And this is what's not happening right now, except for those who really understand. So as I talk about, my videos about understanding the dualistic nature and what is being displayed here when you see something like this. Every being on this planet, every human being on this planet's true nature is both masculine and feminine. This is the duality story they're trying to give you in the Garden of Eden, which I talk about. This is what it's talking about in Genesis 1, when it's talking about the whole concept, or when you really understand that he is gender neutral. It can be put to a man or a woman. You have to understand what's taking place there as the dualistic, creation of energy is being basically explained to you about our dual nature, our dual energy, masculine and feminine, in the book of Genesis, and then the whole thing with Adam and Eve is giving you that whole, that story or that understanding of that duality. So when you put it in context, if you can grasp it, you can see that these displays are just showing you truth. And they have to. It's universal law, as I always talk about. They have to put this stuff out there to say that they gave it to you. So, they can't be in the wrong. It's up to you to decide what to do with it, whether you're going to understand what this really is, or whether you're going to try to just jump on what's trending. And what's trending is everybody's bashing this dude because it's popular, and everybody's outraged because it's popular, and people are not trying to understand what it is. So if you can't understand your true nature, your true energy, which is both masculine and feminine, then you destroy yourself. You'll never become what you really need to be. You'll never unite those energies together. And that's what it's about. So a lot of people walking around with disgust and no understanding, walking around following the trends with no understanding. So this is something you need to pick up on. And you have to go and look at, people like Prince. Prince displayed, what everybody can see is androgyny. Same thing with Michael Jackson. But Prince displayed it, understanding exactly what it is and the power in it. Now, a lot of people will look at Prince and say, well, Prince gay in the mug. Everybody who knew Prince say he was a freak. He had butt-naked girls walking around the house or what have you. But when you really get into Prince, if you listen to him, everybody knows, if you remember the Prince comic, his alter ego was Gemini. And what is Gemini? Gemini is the twins. Gemini deals with duality. So his alter ego was called Gemini. Prince displays Gemini. He displays duality. His whole being and character was androgyny because he understood the masculine and feminine concept that is truly us. Plain and simple. And same thing with Michael Jackson. And they put this out there and they put it on display to basically show true power. And, Prince is simple. You look at it, it's clearly an Ankh. And clearly he switched it up, if you can understand it, to show power, male, female. And that was Prince. Prince looked like the way he looked, but when he spoke, he had that deep voice. It's the same thing. It's one of the reasons why they worship Baphomet. Half man, half woman. It's duality. It's power in this. You are being taught to hate it, to not understand it, to bash it. But it's a concept that you must grasp if you want to become spiritually free. So if we go back and look, childhood, as I was talking about before, when we are kids, you look at boys. Boys at some point always show or display these feminine qualities at time. And what do? In our human ways, we shun that. Don't play with those dolls. Don't do this. Don't do that. We would destroy that feminine concept or that feminine display that they would put out. Not understanding that we are all supposed to be displaying both qualities when you really think about it. When you think about the power of the divinity of it, the duality of it, you should be both. And it's the same thing with the women, the little girls, they tomboys. We see this all the time. Or, you'll see dudes that's more feminine and, they're like women. It's a dualistic nature that we should display instead of just one, and that's one of the reasons why we can't really, get into tune and get into power, because we are so one-sided. We are not embracing the feminine side of ourselves. We're not embracing the masculine side of ourselves. We are just sticking to what we have been taught. So at a young age, kid is told, don't be feminine, for the boys. Don't be masculine for the female. You are taught and told to do this by a system created by who? This is man shit. This is something, white folks created. Where's the spirituality in it? And as long as we caught up in this concept, in this system of man must be this, female must be that, and not understanding, the oneness of it, you're going to be spiritually screwed. And a lot of people are, and a lot of people not going to really have any true power or have any true control over their reality because they can't grasp a simple concept. Now, let's get all the bullshit out the way. What is that? I mean, what is that when you look at the whole thing of us saying, it's wrong for you to be a gay man, it's wrong for you to be a gay woman. What is that really hurting? And of course, a lot of people are going to say, well, they're trying to demasculize, make the men less masculine, the black men less masculine, so it will be more easier to dominate and what have you, and so on and so forth. And I understand that concept, but you got to realize this, and this is another one of the issues people don't grasp. A person that is born gay is gay. This is not a decision or a choice. This is something that is in them. This is what they are. It's genetic. A straight man is not going to choose, Jay-Z over Beyonce. It's just not going to happen. It's not in him. This is in them. So, what is the point of you screaming at them and telling them to not do this and this is wrong when they can't change who they are? That's like somebody telling you to not be black. You can't change that shit. You black. You was born black. You are African. You can't change it. And somebody hating you because of your skin color, you're supposed to go out and change your skin color? Do you want somebody to really be harping on you about your skin color 24/7, something you can't change? It's stupid when you really get into the whole concept of it. And then it's something we got to understand, as conscious people who call themselves conscious, that we can't really promote that shit. We can't. We got to really start to get into understanding. And it's people that's going to say, this motherfucker promoting fags or promoting gays or promoting this whole thing. Man, this is more important stuff I had to worry about, man. That's not going to stop. You're not going to change that. You need to understand what it is and understand the energy behind it and what that's really about. And once you do that, you can become, once you understand, you become more comfortable, more just passive of the situation that, is something you can't control, something that's out of your control. Now, as far as, weakening the black man, we are doing that ourselves, plain and simple. We are doing that ourselves. So we are weakening each other. We don't support each other. So when there's something come out, we jump on it and, we aid them in destroying each other, destroying us. So, R. Kelly thing is, the next topic. And a lot of people have back and forth about that. Just because white people rape people don't mean that I'm supposed to support a black man for raping people or what have you. And man, it's so much more than that than just saying, just because he's black don't mean I'm support him, raping people. Man, come on. This is clearly obvious what's going on, and I understand people keep falling for the same okie doke, the same trick. Bill Cosby, and even with Michael Jackson back in the day, they're trying to bring it out, and everything else. I mean, it's just like a constant, harp when there's a black issue or a black celebrity doing something, and we all jump on it. All black people jump on it because it's trending, not because they care about the victims, not because they care about the people that were supposedly hurt by R. Kelly. I don't give a shit about them. Y'all on it because it's trending. Y'all on it to see how many likes and how many views and how many comments you can get. Y'all don't give a shit about those people. And that's the reality of it. It's trending. Now, if it was trending about, one of these white folks and what they did, then we will be following that. We will be following whatever the celebrities are jumping on, whatever the celebrities are talking about. That's what we will be talking about. It's about what's trending. But yeah, we have to also stop aiding them and destroying our people. So when the shit came out about Jared Fogle, as I talked about before, where was the memes from the white folks? See, white folks ain't doing all that stuff. White folks ain't creating memes and going bonkers about the stuff that's been happening with these other white folks. They quiet about it because that's just something that's like, if somebody in your family committed a crime or somebody in your group committed a crime, why would you go around promoting that? That looked bad for you. Why would you go around talking about that? It's like, what are you doing? And this is what we're doing. We're promoting something that is making our image look even worse. When we should just shut the fuck up about it and let it be. Let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. And man, if that man wrong, and he done did so much sick stuff, what's going to happen to him? Going to happen to him. Why we got to go promote that? Why we got to go push that, and then now put out the narrative that this is black men. This is what black men do, and we all jumping on it and we promoting that, and it's creating or adding more to the stereotype that black men is nothing but sick and racist. Rapists or what have you, and everything like that. And we adding to that, and this is something we got to stop doing. So I would really like to see, people, whenever these white folks come out with these allegations and the same stuff like R. Kelly, jump on that, put out memes on that, because surely when they attack one of our people or when they put out something about our people, we help them. So with R. Kelly, everybody let it slide. I was done with R. Kelly, way back then when the first tape surfaced of him pissing all on that little girl. It should have been over, then. Dude got good music. I'm still listening to the music, but I was done. But they let it slide. Black folks let it slide too, because it wasn't trending. If it was trending back then and it was all putting all the information out back then, we'd have been on it. But because the media, the white man said, okay, he cool, we're gonna let him go, we were still rocking with R. Kelly. Plain and simple, when this man is on video pissing on a little girl. So, come on. And then now all of a sudden, because it's trending, people want to jump on it. So, again, the people who are out there saying that, we destroying each other and, we shouldn't be harping on him and not harping on the white folks. I get that argument. At the same time, dude deserve everything. He deserve to be put on blast, but not by us. Let them do that shit. Not by us. Plain and simple. It's like one of your homies or somebody getting arrested by the cops, and then we just all over social media talk about him getting arrested and clowning him about the shit he got arrested for. It's like, who the fuck? Now, if you did that to one of your homies, or you did that to your friend, you would be corny. That would be some corny shit to do. And that's what we doing. That's what it look like. That's how I feel about these people who I see posting this stuff. It's like, why? What is that? That's not cool shit. Let him deal with his shit. If you got booked for hustling, and booked for selling coke, booked for shooting somebody, what have you, we not all on social media clowning that person for doing that. Oh, he got booked for that, and making memes about niggas busting in the hood and all that stuff that's going on. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We don't even do it for the niggas that get locked up for freaking for rape, who get locked up for messing with these minors. We don't even do that. We just keep our mouth shut. So it's like, we gotta pick and choose our battles. We gotta understand what they're doing and what they're putting on display for us to take part in, and it's still a distraction, at the end of the day. But it's funny, all this information on R. Kelly, all this stuff being put out, and nothing on these other guys. No charges, and just let it slide. So this is what we got to look at, and it is what it is. I like to put energy towards something other than any of this shit. Y'all people that's donating y'all energy to all this madness, and y'all wonder why y'all lives messed up. This is why. Plain and simple. A lot of y'all sitting back watching exactly what you want to manifest into your life. Plain and simple. All this negative stuff that you watching and bringing into yourself, you manifesting it. There's a lot of people out here that's just messed up, and it's due to their own energy, what they attract. You're attracting all the negativity that you're watching, all the negativity that you bring into yourself. That stuff goes right to your heart. Plain and simple. The eyes is the window to not the soul, the heart. Your soul is smarter than that. Your fleshly heart is not. Your fleshly heart is going to deal with that. Your soul, your real consciousness understands this bullshit. It's already decoded it, and it's already don't want to deal with it. But since it's not one, your subconscious and your consciousness, then this is what you're doing, what you're dealing with. You don't know how to filter this stuff out. You let this stuff into your heart, and you're telling your heart this is what you desire, and it's manifesting. Plain and simple. And this is why a lot of people, it's messed up. A lot of people, shit, people are already broke. People don't already spend all their income tax money they already done. It's just going to be another year that's going to go by that people have a chance to invest and do something great with the money that they have, and they're going to blow their opportunity. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to put out personal economics ahead of time, to get people on that program, to get people to understand, boom, this is what you can do, and you can knock out and be really set in less than 2 years. So, it's a lot of people who get really sucked into this culture and get sucked into what they seeing. And, when you got that money to manifest it, because that's what that money going to help you do. It's going to help you manifest that stuff, help you bring it into your reality. You having those dollars. And when you got those dollars to do that, there it is. That stuff that you done took in, and you got the money to manifest it, you're gonna make it happen instead of, going in the right direction. And it's happening. It's already happening to a lot of folks that I know. And a lot of people waste this opportunity, to really do something great. But I wanted to really touch on this because it's still being talked about. I understand androgyny, I understand the dualistic nature, masculine and feminine. There's a line, and a lot of people don't want that shit all in their face, all that gay stuff and everything like that. I can understand that. A lot of people didn't want to see us on TV. A lot of people didn't want to see us where we are. A lot of people didn't want to see us, doing anything, and it is what it is. And we gotta really grow up. We gotta grow up and understand that this is here, it's here. And I'm gonna get into this a lot more deeper in a later video. And I have a lot more stuff in the works coming up. You'll see it's gonna be big stuff coming up. Been working hard, but we're gonna get into this whole thing because if you've been watching the videos, then you get it. But I want to really get into this a little bit deeper to get people to really understand this as deep as it goes, because it's deep. And we talked about before about testosterone and the conversion. Like, men are nothing but mutated women, and we got to understand that everything we are came from a woman in the first place. So to see a man display feminine characteristics or qualities is like, come on, we were women, we mutated women in the first place. So it shouldn't be so shocking when you understand that concept. Plain and simple. Without the woman, we wouldn't be. Plain and simple. So that's hard for some dudes to accept. I got a lot of dudes that's real, alpha male type dudes that don't even want to accept the black woman as God or the black woman as any place higher over the man, when you wouldn't be here without your mom. So it's a lot of, mental problems going on. A lot of people that's just messed up energy-wise and just knowledge-wise, and a lot of, uneducated, misunderstood people who have a lot of misunderstanding about a lot of things. And if you want the truth or you want to follow what's trending, that's up to you. That's up to you. So some people, I got a crazy flood of questions about the whole dude in the tuxedo dress thing, and what is that about, and what are they trying to show? Is this Baphomet? And it got ridiculous. I just ignored a lot of it, and my bad. But I don't like to get into stuff that's like clearly obvious, and they pushing it because they have to. They've been pushing this stuff for a long time, and it's the people who get it. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't say nothing about it. It's just like, okay, the agenda that they're pushing for, and at the same time, I can still understand how people who don't know can feel the way they feel. But again, understanding is up to you. It's something that you have the power to do. It's up to you to get the information and to try to understand what this stuff is about and what they're trying to do and why they're forcing this stuff down our throat. And why you have that energy, that feeling that you have of disgust. As I said, you gotta understand they felt the same way about us. Disgust. And proper understanding and being around people and realizing that they're just people and people want, exactly what you want, you can deal with it. It's some people who chose to let us live and let us do us, and they don't want to deal with us. They stay away from us. Oh, well, and you could be the same way, with gay and lesbian people if that's your choice. But, to be all over social media, to be all loud with it, and bashing these people as if, excuse me for being fucking born, they did something wrong, like they had a choice over this. That's crazy, and that's what has to stop. That's what has to stop. People got to really wake the fuck up and grow up and see that this is what it is. And anybody who's been around somebody that's gay or lesbian, understand that that's them. They can't change that shit. They can't just 1 second say, okay, I'm not gonna be gay no more. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So with understanding, you can see what that is and understand that it has been put out to you to understand for a long time. A lot of people just don't pick up on the signs of it and see the energy in it, the power that they're trying to display, because it's power. As I said, we're going to talk about it. And masculinity, being strictly male, You know, it's not power. It's not displaying power. You're talking about physical strength instead of spiritual strength. Spiritual strength is both. True spirituality is both masculine, feminine. The Asians gave you yin and yang. It's masculine and feminine. Plain and simple. The duality of Shiva, of all the Hindu gods, Egyptian gods, is a dualistic nature. You look at the gods and it's a consort of man and woman for the Egyptian gods because they understood. Now, when you get into it, you see what they're talking about, as I do in my videos. So it's always been here. Our ancestors is on it. They understood it, and they talked about it. So if you call yourself conscious and trying to understand ancient Kemen and the ancestors or what have you, this is a concept you got to grasp. Plain and simple. So there's a separation here, of the masculine and the feminine, and this is where we're at. And us dealing with one and not bringing it together, that's the issue. So still, that is what it is with the gay people. But still, we have to realize the sabotage of the black man and the black woman and bringing us together as well, which is why a lot of people are, feeling some type of way about, this picture. But that's something that's not going nowhere either. We're not just going to disappear as straight men and women. We're going to always be here. We got to work on coming together. Plain and simple. We got to work on fixing that bond between black man and black woman and repairing that so we can come together like we're supposed to. So I want people to understand that, we are so far away from understanding and completion. So far away. Stuff like this shows me more and more how easy it is for them to suck us into these topics. And I don't understand why you guys go there, man. I don't understand why you guys even deal with this stuff. Why you watch this shit. Why you even take part in a lot of these trends and a lot of this stuff that's going on. It's destroying you. Plain and simple. If you're taking stuff from outside of you that's not you, that you didn't create, that somebody else created for you to take in, then you're manifesting what they want you to manifest. That's not you. Plain and simple. So you need to understand what you really want to do, and if these topics and these things they're discussing is really worth your while, if it's something that you really want to attract into your energy, into your atmosphere, into your consciousness. For what? Why you want to be dealing with this stuff? Focus on what you want and what you're trying to do. A lot of people out here talking about stuff and they're not where they want to be at. Why would you want to take attention and energy away from your drive, your goal to where you're trying to get to focus on some shit that's come on, stupid. Stupid because it's trending. And and a lot of people got personal issues, dealing with inclusion, and people want to be a part of things, and people just want to be a part of something and have friends. And I mean, people got issues, man, and that's part of the problem as well. But it starts with you, man. You yourself, you got to get right with yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to like yourself, like where you at in life and like what you're doing, and be in a position where you're going where you want to go. Because that'll drive you crazy as well. That'll take you off when you just feel like you're stuck and you feel like you're not going nowhere, you're not where you want to be. That'll mess with you emotionally. And, you're going to just start bringing in all kinds of problems at that point. You need to get to the center and just have a firm sight as to, where you're going. And that's one of the things I could do whenever I wake up, any time of the day, any second of the day. I can see where I'm going. And that's my whole point. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to do. You see where you're going. I know, boom, I got my whole day basically planned out. I know exactly what I'm going to be in a week from now. It's stuff like that. It's just like you can see. It may not go exactly as you see it. You might do stuff along the way, but the end result or the goals along the way is going to always be the same. If that's not where you at, that's where you should be heading towards. Not worried about R. Kelly. Not worried about this shit. Not worried about nothing else. Plain and simple. Trump does not affect you directly. R. Kelly doesn't affect you directly. They're not coming to your house. They're not taking food out your refrigerator, anything. I mean, no, it's not happening. That's you. So you got to get yourself straight. Stop dealing with this bullshit. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you're trying to do. And, get moving. Act accordingly. Plain and simple. So I want to touch on the subject, but the main part of that is just get people to really understand, energy, seeing that divinity, that duality. I mean, it was real, out there in the 80s for a while. We had Prince, we had Michael Jackson, you had motherfuckers like The Barge. You had people who was trying to display androgyny and its real power and what it really is. And for anybody that's alpha, masculine, and that's, consumed by the programming of men, power, masculinity only, we was looking at it, man, that nigga gay. He's a fag. And it's something that we all did, something that I didn't understand a long time ago. And it's just the more you get into energy, understanding what's going on, the more you see, oh, okay, I get it now. There's a lot more deeper stuff to that I don't want to talk about or show on YouTube. So again, once the site is up and gone, I got a lot I want to put out. So again, you still have till Monday to get into this thing and get all the benefits. After Monday, those links will not work. I promise you that. And I always say that, and the links still be up this time. I got to shut them down because we got a lot to do. Still got a shot to get in there. Monday will be it. After that, I will put up a time to where we can start getting in regular. You'll see it on the site. The site will probably be up by then. You get regular memberships without the benefits though. But now you have time. You still got time to get in there. A lot of people have so far. But yeah, new DVDs coming, new videos coming. And thanks for taking the time to watch. See you guys next video.